I'm gonna love you.
What up, guys? It's that diabetic guy Vaughn, and I know you guys have been requesting a few of the counselors. I'm going to do AJ Mason for you guys right now, and hopefully later today I can get another one done for you. But for now, I'm just going to try and get AJ out. So I'm going to start off actually this time by talking about her skill set. And honestly, she's definitely one of the best characters to use in the game. Definitely when I play her, I like to be active. I like to be moving around quite a bit just because her stealth is so good and her composure is also very good. And with the 7 out of 10 repair, you're able to go ahead and repair things very quickly and very quietly with the added stealth and composure, not letting Jason sense you. So just I'll talk about the composure first, being a 7 out of 10. So this is pretty high. So your fear meter's not going to go down very quickly. And it's going to make it harder, especially at the start to mid points of the match, for Jason to actually sense you. So it's going to give you the opportunity to, if you find anything like gas battery or the phone fuse, you're going to be able to install that stuff pretty quickly, pretty quietly, without Jason catching you. The luck, it doesn't even really matter too much luck on this character, because you're probably not going to be using a lot of hand-to-hand combat weapons, and really, if you're getting into a fight with Jason where you're going to need to smack him multiple times, you're probably pretty screwed anyways, depending on the situation. But as far as luck goes, not a big deal on her. 1 out of 10 doesn't really matter. The repair on AJ Mason, that's 7 out of 10. That's really quick. I also like to play with Adam. I think he's 7 out of 10, and the installs are super quick on this character. It gives you enough time to basically do what you need to do, and especially if you throw a firecracker down or something of that nature, Jason gets stunned. You have plenty of time to repair it and hop in a window or something of that sort. And the speed and stamina being 4 out of 10, I mean, like a 3 out of 10, that's pretty slow. Like, I don't typically like to have anything lower than 4s. So I mean, 4s is pretty decent in terms of like being able to stay away from Jason and stay out of his grasp, even if he's one of the I think it's part 2 is pretty quick runner, Savini Jason, I think. There's one more, I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but 4 to 10 is pretty decent to maybe run from one house to the other and regenerate enough stamina to get onto the next house. So this character is like, it's not the best at stamina and speed, but it's not the worst either. It's decent enough to play this character the way they kind of arranged the skill set for her. So now I was talking to you about stealth. Again, 10 out of 10. I'm pretty sure Tiffany as well was a 10 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10, just off the top of my head here. But this 10 out of 10 stealth, it's amazing, because when you're moving around doing things, he's not able to use his sensibility to just pinpoint you just like that, whereas he would on characters like Vanessa and Bugsy and even Adam, that make tons of noise while they're running around, opening shit, doing whatever it is that they're doing. She has a 10 out of 10 stealth, so it makes it very difficult to sense Jason. And I've been matches where I'm Jason, and I will use my sensibility, and I'm saying, what the fuck to myself, where is everybody? I hit up on the D-pad, I look, and I see, holy shit, there's 5 AJ Masons playing this game. This is going to be a fucking disaster, because it's so hard to find her. So, definitely top-notch stealth. This character, one of the best, if not the best, character to play in this game. Strength, 2 out of 10. You know what? Doesn't really matter. You're not using this character to beat the shit out of Jason, to take his mask off. Yeah, you can use a bat, you can stun him. I wouldn't tell you to use anything other than a bat in hand-to-hand against him, because chances are you're not going to stun him. So bats are a one-hit stun. Definitely, if you're playing this character, try to find a bat to stun Jason if you have to get in a situation where you have to hand-to-hand combat. If not, you're going to want to definitely grab yourself a flare gun or a shotgun, and that should be good, because again, keeping Jason at range, and the flare gun and shotgun will stun him just like the bat. Okay, so that's all for talking about her skill set. just want to jump into the perks, and then I might come back and do a little recap and kind of explain how you use these perks with her skill set in kind of the play style that I particularly like to use, and how you like to use it as well, where you can mix and match things and kind of develop your own strategy. Like, everyone plays their own way, and like, I just want to reiterate that, because I know people have been kind of saying that, you know, you can't tell people how to play this character, yada yada. But like, no, I'm not telling you how to play these characters. I'm telling you how I play them, how it works for me, how it can work for you, how to mix and match and play the character towards their skill set, because they have a certain skill set in place so that you can play a certain play style. And if you choose to not play that way, that is totally fine, but I'm just trying to help people that want to play this character to the best of the capability and the way that I play this character. So with that said, let's go ahead and let's jump on into the perks here on AJ Mason. So I want to first and foremost say that this character, if you haven't played this character and you don't know where you're going and you're a new player, I'm going to definitely recommend using the preparedness perk if you have it, just so that you can go ahead and start with a map, and it's going to help you to get your bearings, so that later on in the game, when you're more familiar with the maps and you find a gas can or a battery or the car keys and you need to start the car, phone fuse, whatever it might be, you're going to be able to go ahead and get there, go in the right direction, possibly on the way find a map, and it's going to help your gameplay, open up a new slot for your perks, and it's just going to overall be a lot better for you. Okay, so the one of the like setups, I don't know if I would say setup, but like, there's so many perks that I like to interchange on this character, just depending on the mood that I'm in. But one perk that I like to use is definitely the firecracker, because when I'm installing stuff, as quick as I am with this character because of the repaired effectiveness, I still don't like to chance things in certain situations. So typically I like to throw down a firecracker while I am repairing something. And yeah, I know you can find some along the way, but I just don't like to leave it up to chance on finding a firecracker in the game. I like to actually have one handy, especially because it might just not come in handy with me doing something. It might come in handy with someone else trying to repair something, or, you know, start the car and Jason's there and we need to try and, you know, stun him, whatever it might be. That's why I like to start with that. Also, Grease Monkey it's actually a pretty good perk that I personally like to play with on this character because of the car start time decrease, because not every time can you stun Jason while he's trying to come up to the car, and this boost will allow you to start the car much faster. It might give you just that amount of time, that right amount of time, in order to get the car started and start driving before he can go ahead and actually stop you. So Grease Monkey is a perk definitely that you can, you know, incorporate in the play style. The same thing here with the firecrackers; they can be used counterintuitively here. So so we're not going to use the heavy hitter or heavy mover or heavy sleeper. You know, we're not probably going to use homebody on this class here. Sometimes I do use it just when I'm trying to be a dick and I'm just trying to hide, but I don't think you need to use it on this class because the stealth is so high and the composure is so high. I think there's a better perk that you can kind of put in other than that. I know I already touched on this preparedness, but Pyro is also, if you have a good perk here with the 0 fear resistance penalty on it, it can actually become very helpful because of the range that you keep between distance between Jason. When you shoot the flare gun, it can stun him longer, kind of like the firecrackers situation. You know, they kind of are the same sort of thing with, you know, different ways they're used, but it can be a perk that you know, consider to use. Night Owl, pretty good perk. Reduction of the fear penalties from darkness. I mean, fear is the number one thing that allows Jason to sense you, and if you want to stay hidden, this perk here is a phenomenal perk to go ahead and use on this character for that reason. And again, Nerves of Steel can become very useful later on in the match because you don't lose your mini map once your character starts getting feared. Like, starts crying and screaming, this won't let you use the mini map, so you can keep your bearings and kind of know which direction you're going, and you're not just spinning around in circles. And you're definitely going to want to get one of these if you can that has 0 sprint speed decrease, just because this character is already a tad bit slow, so you don't want any reduction in that. You want to get a good fear resistance overall bonus to this character, and that's going to boost your composure up to a very good amount that should be, you know, separating you from those other characters that are getting feared, and Jason's actually spotting them first. So just wanted to touch on that. This actually, I love this perk. Depending on the strategy that I'm going, if my goal that game is to call the cops, I'm definitely going to use my dad's a cop, because especially if you have a high boosted percentage, you know, you can reduce that 5-minute timer down to like 3 minutes, and those cops are there in a second, and Jason doesn't know what's gonna, like, what to do. The timer is going so quick, and he can't see the timer, keep in mind, so he doesn't know it's 3 minutes. He just hears that the cops are there. He's thinking, oh fuck, I wasted all this time chasing these guys, and there's other guys that are over there. Now he's got to change up his whole plan. Usually a bunch of counselors end up escaping when using that perk in this strategy. So if you do use this perk, let people know in the lobby that you are actually using this perk, so that you can actually be the one to make the cop call. So get 2 uses of each medical spray. I mean, whatever, to each your own. If you want to use this perk, you can, but I personally, I don't use this perk when I play this class. Not looking to get hit by Jason. If I do get hit by Jason, chances are I'm gonna die anyways, or I'm just gonna find 1 medical spray and good, and I'm gonna try and stay away from him. But I don't typically use this perk. Low profile. Again, you can use it if you want, because you can move faster while you're crouched, and it has the chance to avoid Jason's sensibility. But this character is so stealthy and is already high in the composure again, so I wouldn't typically use it if I didn't have to. There's other perks that you can use over top of this one. Generate less noise. I don't use this one, or level-headed on this. Increase the foot. And I don't use this on AJ either. I also do not use this perk. I mean, you can if you have a great one where the stamina recharge rate is increased a lot and there is a 0% sprint speed decrease. I could see this card or this perk actually being very beneficial, because if Jason is chasing you and you're trying to install something and you're trying to, you know, put the phone fuse in and go ahead and then make the cop call. Scout, I don't typically use. I know I tried it a few times and tried to use that to walk into his Jason's bear traps, as opposed to like using a pocket knife when I didn't have, and I didn't find that it helped too much unless you have a really good one. But I'm pretty sure that I have one of the, you know, higher tier perks for this, so I can't get much better than that. Sneaky, I don't use this perk on her. I don't use this as well. Not Sucker Punch either, because of the combat reasons. A lot of Jason's Grab. I mean, a lot of people say that they like to use this perk, but a lot of Jason's Grab. And what's the point of using this perk? Yes, some swing, and you do get hit sometimes, but if you're getting hit that many times, you really need to work on your evasive game in the first place. So that's the reason why I choose not to use Thick Skinned on this character. Again, we're not using melee much on her. That's not our goal. And the last perk here, Tinker, repair all items faster. This includes car repairs, boat repairs, phone box repairs, and electrical box repairs. So you can get a pretty decent draw on this card, perk, and it can be very good because your repairs is 7 out of 10. This can jump it up to just being really, really good, and this will install stuff so much quicker, to the point that your character is going to be in the minigame for 2 seconds and out, and you can start the car, make the phone call, whatever it is you gotta do. And the time is of the essence in this game. You never want to do anything slow. You want to do everything quick. And this character, this perk, definitely can handle doing that. This is definitely, again, one of the best characters that's in Friday the 13th. So just to do a quick show of what I might have my setup is. So I would use firecrackers here. Might want to use let's say I'm going to do car. My main goal is to get that car started. So I'm gonna use the firecrackers. I'm gonna use Grease Monkey, and I'm gonna use Tinker. So I'm gonna be able to, in this situation, if he comes and I need to get in the car and start the car, oh shit, I'm gonna throw the firecrackers. Oh, I got the car time for starting it decreased. And if I had a situation where I had to put the battery in really quickly, gas really, this boosts that up. So this could be like kind of a setup for escaping using the car. If you wanted to, say, call the cops, we could throw on this perk. You can also maybe throw on, yeah, you know what, we could keep this because we want to get that installed as quick as possible, so that'd definitely be very, very useful. And we can also do something like this, where we throw on, instead of the firecrackers, the flare gun, if you're more hands-on and good with your PvPing and accuracy. We could throw on that, and let's say that you're just overall trying to play the game, you're not really specifically focused on any installs because you're not sure what you're going to find. We can go ahead and use Nerves of Steel to reduce our overall fear. And then if you want, we could throw on something like stamina recharge rate increased, because that's going to be very helpful on this character. Now this setup is going to boost your stamina recharge, reduce your fear, and now if you find a flare gun, you're going to increase the stun time, which also will let you be able to take time to rest more, and it's going to recharge quicker. You just, oops, let's go back there, not that way, there we go. Oh, so we just boosted our composure, and we boosted our recharge rate on our stamina. So now our repair and our stealth is so good anyways on the base value that we just improved this character even more. So let's just do a quick recap on everything before we head out here. So AJ Mason, I like to play, you know, not too stealthy again. I like to be moving around and be doing installs, because she's the capability of being very quiet while she's moving around and searching through things and installing things. So she can definitely be played in a couple different ways. You know, she can be played actively, like I just said, running around, installing things, or she can be kind of played like passively, aggressively, where you can kind of be hidden, and you can use the fear reductions to boost that up even more so than it already is, and you can go ahead and wait for the right time, and then all of a sudden go ahead and use those install skills that she has. So that's it for AJ Mason, guys. I hope this video was helpful for you. I'm definitely going to be releasing the part 2 of this, just so that you can go ahead and get a visual of how to play as AJ Mason, and kind of like what I'm talking about in the strategy. You'll see how I go ahead and utilize her that way. So if you guys like this video, please subscribe, like, and comment. I appreciate feedback, and there's going to be more videos coming on Friday the 13th, so stay tuned, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Alright, guys, peace.